I'm from Brown War Watch. We are the anti-war peace group on campus just up the hill. And firstly, I'd like to thank RIAK and the other Rhode Island peace groups for organising the event today. We greatly appreciate it. Surely this is the darkness before the dawn for the peace movement in America. The triplets of evil that MLK warned us about in 1967, racism, unbound materialism, and militarism run across the nation. Endless war everywhere we look. We are ruled over by two parties, both the parties of war. The drums of war beat against China, against Iran, against Venezuela, and all parts of the world where we're currently not already at war. Drones hover over innocent civilians in the Middle East, in Africa, and if not in South America, surely they have plans to be there soon too. Today I want to speak to you a little bit about how Brown, a prestigious institution of the Hill, is a microcosm of what is happening on a broader scale. The challenge of peace is that it is a full-time job, and people in this challenging economic environment are always busy. There's always pressures on students to get the good grades, on parents and families to work that extra job. We can't find the time to make peace against a military machine that pays enormous wages to lobby day in and day out, 24 hours a day. It's an asymmetrical fight. We appear to be competing for attention as causes are siloed. Students are confronted by existential threats across the board. Climate change, the carceral state, the pressing need for racial justice. These all draw in student attention and activism, but they also silo and challenge the peace movement. Elsewhere, apathy abounds. Overwhelmed by the challenges we confront, people turn off and turn away. At Brown, we face a recalcitrant administration like we face with our own governments here and in Washington. The students of Brown organised a beautiful grassroots campaign to have the university divest from the occupied territories of Palestine. The university simply ignored them. 2,500 students voted to overturn and divest. The university simply ignored them. We can't get at their financial records to see their investments in the war machine. Just like in Washington, investments in war are obscured in myriad bills. They elevate people like Warren Kanders, who manufactured tear gas and shoot on protesters, to institutions and esteemed positions. They don't listen, just like our senators and our representatives don't listen. Confronted with moral challenges, they don't naturally take the right decision. They have to constantly be pushed. And there is a lack of obligation to the tax system. They pay no tax. What does that mean? Do we need to find the money elsewhere? What does that mean? That means that we go to the war machine to fill the state coffers. They hold events that bless and esteem institutions like the New York Times and the Washington Post, inviting in storied journalists and editors. Meanwhile, their papers print war propaganda day in, day out, dehumanizing our brothers and sisters across the globe. They reproduce the politics of elite, moderate, war-loving society and histories like my brother told you before. Militarism up the hill finds a way. In 1969, they eliminated the ROTC program. Today, Brown proudly announces that it is rated the third best university for veterans in America, with a plan to expand the presence of the military on campus. DARPA money runs through the university, especially in the sciences. It's impossible to find a department without war money running through the campus. And good programs like the Costa War, housed in the Watson Institute, that naturally get major publicity, always are having to fight for their place on campus. Furthermore, we are teaching a young generation who know nothing but endless war. The students that are enrolling today were born after the invasion of Afghanistan. But the night is darkest before the dawn, my fellow peace lovers. We are unflappable, we are unbreakable, and we are on the right side of history. We are committed to learning from our peace practices. We are inspired by our fellow brothers and sisters fighting for all kinds of justice. And now our brothers and sisters look to us to work together. We are a non-partisan and trans-religional group. We see that we must look to all who believe in a more peaceful, demilitarized world and come together. We must compromise. We must be pragmatic if necessary, while holding firm to our moral positions. We seek our partnerships and alliances. We cannot do this alone. If there is no justice, there will be no peace. We are learning and growing through building our partnerships. We join groups fighting for racial justice in this country and across the world. Because the war machine will not be overcome without overcoming racism. We join with those fighting for climate justice, because the climate crisis will only make war more possible. We join with those seeking economic justice, because economic injustice perverts hearts, making them nationalists or myopic internationalists who build systems that only benefit the global north. Above all, we endure because we have a crystal clear vision of what our dawn looks like. Ending the endless wars. Dismantling the military-industrial complex that perverts our democracy. Choosing instead to spend our money on our communities and uplifting our people. Reclaiming our humanity and defending the humanity of those across the globe. Whether it be against ubiquitous surveillance or the drones that roam the skies across the globe. Ending once and for all the abomination of nuclear weapons, genocidal tools and harbingers of mass death. We look forward to a culture, we will build a culture that embraces love and dignity for all. A culture and society that sets justice at its very core. We work for justice, we build a world of peace. Thank you.